A friend of mine knew the founders of TKS, which was founded in Toronto about 7.5 or 8 years ago. These two founders that started it as means to build an accelerator for unicorn teenagers. And the premise was, hey, we need to solve the biggest problems in the world. We want to train people to do it. The best place to start is when they're teenagers, because that's when they're most excited. They're also have the maturity to start building things, but college is a bit too intense and a bit too late to start that, especially in the Western world. So we're going to create this accelerator program that's outside of school to really coach them on the latest new tech and sciences. My friend was connected with the founder, and they were trying to start their first in-person programs in America. They were looking at New York and Seattle. We have a few in-person programs through TKS in Canada, but they were looking to expand because they had a virtual program. They had a lot of students enrolling from America. So they looked at New York and Seattle, and he connected me in the group chat, actually, funny enough, for Seattle. He was like, oh, Hari's in Seattle. He did this crazy things in Seattle with education. He probably knows a thing or two. You guys should talk. And I jumped on this call with the founder, and I was like, here's what I think about Seattle and the way you should approach things in Seattle. And I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm in New York. And he was like, oh, well, we're trying to build a program in New York. And I was like, yeah, cool. Let me know. He came into town and we met. He was like, we're actually looking for someone to build and run the New York program. Then I started to learn more about TKS. Really, it was from a premise of, this is what I tell everyone why I do TKS is I wish I had this program when I was in high school. I think I definitely did things. We talk a lot about unconventional outcomes and unconventional paths for these students. I definitely did follow an unconventional path and had unconventional outcomes. And I had these mentors who helped me through J&J, my parents, others who really pushed me. But I really, really think about that. If I had TKS, I'm happy where I'm at, but I might have done way more because it would have been way more of a cool structure to be an entrepreneur, to be a founder, really push myself. As I think about it, the reason I joined was like, oh, I want to build what I wish I had and what I wish I knew when I was that age. I joined summer of 2020 to build out the program. We had our first cohort go through, it's a 10-month program, first cohort go from September to June of this year. We had some awesome outcomes from those students.